DC here. Hi guys. Okay, so another chapter in the Spooky University forums. It's about dreams this time. Just before I start though, I think I have to make a small apology. You know that a few of us, Blue Flamingo, Tweenus, and myself, have had 100 subscribers lately. And actually mine came in, I made a little vid yesterday, as a lot of you have noticed. And I quickly thought, well, before making this vid, I would go and answer the comments. And for some reason, I had opened up the wrong vid, which I think was Tweenus. And I started adding comments to her, to the comments on her vid, which of course, quickly I all of a sudden realized, hey, this doesn't make any sense. I mean, this doesn't apply to me. It's kind of strange. Until I looked and noticed that, you know, twat, you're not even answering your own comments. So apologies for that. I removed them and I went back to my own. Okay, back to the the topic for this week. Dreams. Okay. This is a comment that actually can be quite fun and at the same time, as all the others, quite difficult. I mean, what about dreams? I mean, are they induced? Are they just come on? Are they premonitions? Well, I think actually a bit of everything is possible. Bumptious Bob said he didn't believe too much, I guess, in reading too much into dreams. Now, I agree that actually in most of the cases probably shouldn't read too much into them. Although there are some times I've noticed in my life that I have dreamt things which, strangely enough, seem to have happened. But I'm getting off topic actually because I wanted to talk about, can we induce them? Yeah, I think we can, and I'm not talking about an indigestion or something like that. But I think there are times, I mean, when you really want to dream about something, is that you know, it just kind of stays in your mind, and you do. I mean, you just dream about it. Does the dream go the way you want? Usually it doesn't. I mean, we've all had these dreams where we just like are running around in quicksand, or legs are tiring and we can never get anywhere, this type of thing. You know, these are usually dreams of what I would call helplessness, and you know, those are usually turn out to be very much closer to nightmares than anything else. Inducing dreams, actually I've realized that very often you can induce dreams if you're in enlightened states. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to go out and smoke a joint to do that, but I mean, if we are, I don't know, if you've had a drink and you tend to dream more in those times, and it's probably the same if, like I say, if you've had a joint. And another possibility actually is fasting. I mean, if you fast, and it's something that I do actually once a year, is that when you fast, actually you do tend to have much more vivid dreams. And this can be, I think, actually probably due to the fact that your energy is being used differently. I mean, it's not being used for digestion and so on, and very often you're another plane actually. And I tend to, I like to do the fast for, well, both physical and spiritual reasons, but I have noticed that when I fast that there are very, very vivid dreams at times. Now, a few stories about dreams. I think that premonition dreams, or seeing into the future, I can think of one or two situations where I clearly dreamt, well, one was where I dreamt that I'd be stuck in an elevator with somebody I didn't actually like, and it was somebody who really had a very strong body odor, and it was a very unpleasant dream. And I was a student and I was working and on weekends, and the weekend following the dream, actually this is exactly what happened. I got stuck in the elevator with this person, and yeah, it was very close to as I had dreamed. Actually, it wasn't the most pleasant situation, at least from the smell. So there are things like that happen. What about funny dreams? I mean, like, I would call them funny nightmares in a way. This happens, like, some of you know that I like to cook quite a bit, and I have these recurrent dreams where I'm getting ready to cook the turkey and I have not taken it out of the freezer or something like that, because actually we have to buy turkeys very often in advance, and we have to freeze them, so they're not usually fresh. So if you have to defrost a big turkey, it takes a while. So I have these recurrent dreams where I get up in the morning and I've forgotten to take the turkey out of the freezer. Well, that's probably a very specific dream for somebody who likes to cook. A nightmare that I had when I was a child, actually, and that was a recurring nightmare, is I would get up out of my bed and I would walk to the window, and as I would be staring out the window, a gorilla would be looking at me on the other side of the window. And from then on, I've always had this fear of gorillas. I don't even like going to the zoo and looking at them. I mean, I don't know, there's just something like that. Now, maybe some of you know maybe there's a signification to gorillas or whatever. Well, you can always write it in the comments. Maybe I'll find it amusing. Maybe I won't, actually, when I find out what a gorilla stands for. But I've had this recurring dream, actually, when I was a child. I don't have this one anymore. The most strange dream that I've ever had, though, in this aspect, was once my wife and myself, we were given the chance to go in a cottage, or actually a chalet in the mountains of one of our friends. It was a pastor friend of mine. And while we were in the chalet, we were sleeping in their bed. And I made a joke, actually, at the time. I'd asked them, I said, do you sleep on the same side of the bed as I do? And we found out that we actually did. So then actually I was sleeping in his bed, in his position in the bed, and I started dreaming that I was dreaming his dreams. That's a really weird thing. It was almost as if it was an out-of-the-body experience, where I wasn't at that time myself. I was him, dreaming dreams that could have been related to him. When I told him this after, he asked me, he said, I hope, he says, you weren't dreaming about the woman beside you. Well, in that case I could have, because it was my wife, but in his case it would have been his, so I guess you can see what he was worried about. But, I mean, that was a bit of a strange situation. I mean, dreaming actually somebody else's dream. Now, to go on in that, let me see, do I have anything else I wrote here? Yeah, continuing dreams. You know, like you're into a dream that you really like, and you wake up in the middle of the night. You know, men like a certain age, we sometimes have to wake up in the middle of the night for bodily functions, and when we come back, we say, oh goodness, that would have been interesting to continue, or whatever. And then, yeah, sometimes it seems if you're not too awake, you can actually do it again. One dream like that I really wanted to continue and managed to was a dream where I was being chased. I was being chased and somebody was trying to kill me. And I was wondering, like, you know, am I going to be able to get out of this, because I was being chased. I wasn't able to. You can see the dream where you're trying to run and your legs don't seem to move and so on. And then at first I thought, well, I woke up. And I thought, well, you know, wait a minute, no, I don't want to finish it this way. I want to go back and nail that bum. And actually, I managed to fall asleep. Well, I did fall asleep again, of course, but I continued the dream where it was. And yeah, I actually managed to, I didn't kill a guy, but I managed to knock him out, and actually won out in that dream. That was actually a dream that I remembered, because, you know, I mean, how often you go back into a dream, and usually these dreams end up as nightmares, and this one I actually managed to overcome. Okay, well, I'm back. I just saw that I was over my time. I'm going to have to edit this video, so I'm going to actually just stop here. And so this is going to be DC signing off. I mean, I've done the best I could. Actually, I don't feel I did a very good job on this one. But it doesn't matter. It was fun. So DC signing off, and take care.